All right, y'all, so we have been working on factoring trinomials. So remember that a trinomial has three terms. Okay, this one, ax squared, it has an x squared term, an x term, and then a c, which is usually just our constant, or just a number without a variable. So the first thing that we want to talk about, we've been talking about standard form of trinomials, right? Standard form means x squared. Your highest degree of x is on the far left side. So it comes first, and then you go in order from biggest degree to smallest degree. So today we're going to be talking about how to factor trinomials if the a, or the number in front of x squared, is not 1. So it's not as easily recognizable when a is not 1. So it's helpful to get this in standard form because we're going to use a method called the Asterik method. But the first thing that we're going to do, just go nice and slow, is to put our trinomial in standard form. And then we're going to identify the a, which is the number in front of x, the b, which is a is the number in front of x squared, the b, which is the number in front of x, and then our constant, which is c. A, b, and c could all be positive or negative. All right, so now identify the a, b, and c. So for this first one, remember if we do not have a number written out in front, it is an imaginary 1. It's asking you, how many x squareds are there? There's 1, so a would be 1. My b would be 3. My c would be 8. Okay, so that one's pretty easy. This next one, the standard form of a trinomial is when it equals 0, but notice that this one equals 2. So we need to get this right side to be equal to 0. So what we're going to do is subtract 2 from both sides. So we would have this new equation, 2x squared minus 4x plus 2 equals 0. And I take the 2 from the 4 because those are like terms. Okay, so now my a would be 2, b would be -4, and c would be 2. All right, so we've done that, but what are we going to do with that? Well, now we're going to use that a, b, and c to factor using the Asterik method. So Asterik, if you guys look on your computer, if you hit the shift button and then the number 8, it gives you that little star. That's what we're calling an asterisk. So what you're going to do is whatever number you had for a, it's going to go in this little triangle and this triangle. Whatever number you had for b, positive or negative, is going to go in the bottom middle. And then c is going to go up here, and you're going to multiply a times c. And whatever number that is, you're going to write it there. So we're going to have two triangles that don't have a number in them, and those are the numbers we're trying to find. Okay, seems a little confusing right now because we don't have numbers in there, but let's try it with numbers. Okay, so here is our trinomial, 12x squared minus 5x minus 2. All right, so let's first identify a, b, and c. So a would be 12, b is -5, c is -2. So let's go ahead and fill in what we know. So we know this top left corner is going to be a, which is 12. This is also 12. The top middle is going to be a times c. So 12 times -2 would be -24. And b is going to be -5. Okay, so that's it. That's the first, that's not it, but that's the first step to filling in. Now what? Well, remember on our previous screen, we're trying to find numbers that are going to go in here. So how do we know what those numbers are? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to find factors that multiply to give you the top number. But they also have to add together to give you the bottom number. So the first thing you're going to do, what's your top number? Okay, it's -24. So first thing I'm going to do is list out the factors of -24. So I've got 1 in -24, 2 in -12, 3 in -8, 4 in -6. You could also put the negative on the first number, Okay, but remember that when we add them up, they have to equal exactly -5. It can't be +5, it has to be exactly -5. So you might have to play around with the numbers a little bit. All right, so here are my factors of 24. Okay, so that's the first part. Find the factors that multiply, but they also have to add to give you the bottom number. So if I add 1 and 24, I get -23, not -5. 2 and -12 is -10. That is not -5. 3 and -8 is -5. 4 and -6 is -2. So that means I'm going to use the two numbers, 3 and -8. So what I'm going to do is plug them in to my bottom two spots on the asterisk that I had open. One on one side, one on the other. Yes, the signs matter. Okay, this seems like a lot, but you're going to get the hang of it really quick. So once we have those numbers, our asterisk is all filled in. We are going to take the fractions that were made by the asterisk. So 12 divided by 3 and 12 divided by 8. You're going to still write it as a fraction. So 12 divided by 3 is 4, but we're going to keep it as 4 on the numerator and 1 on the denominator. Okay, we want to keep that 1 there, and you'll see why in just a second. But nevertheless, we're going to reduce. So what number goes into 3 and 12? What's the biggest number? It's 3. So 12 divided by 3 gives me 4. 3 divided by 3 gives me 1. Same thing over here. I've got 12 and -8. So what's the biggest number that can go into 12 and -8? It would be 4. 12 divided by 4 is 3. -8 divided by 4 is -2. So the last step, the reduced fractions form the factors. The top of the fraction goes with the variable. Okay, top goes with variable. The bottom is the second number that's added or subtracted. So you're just going to rewrite it. So look over here. This was my reduced fraction. 4, that's the top number. Top goes with the variable. So I would write 4x. The bottom number is added or subtracted. This is a +1, so it's going to be added. Over here, let's do our next factor. Top number, 3, goes with the variable. Bottom number, added or subtracted. This is a -2, so it's subtracted, and that's it. Those are now your factors. So let's do another one. Here's your steps over here on the right. Step 1 is identify A, B, and C. So A would be 4, B is -15, and C is -25. All right, step 1 is done. Step 2, fill in A, B, and C. Okay, no problem. Whoops, let me redraw that. That was terrible. Okay, let's try again. There we go. All right, so A is 4. 4 goes on the top. In the top middle, I have A times C. So 4 times -25, which is -100. And then on the bottom, I'm going to have -15. All right, so let's list out. Step 3, find the factors that multiply to give you the top number. Let's list out the factors that give me -100. So I'd have 1 and -100, 2 and -50, 4 and -25, 5 and -20, 10 and -10. And if you're wondering how I got these, what you can do is take -100 and just start. So divide it by 1. Does it give you a whole number? Yes. Okay, those are factors. Divide it by 2. Does it give you a whole number? Yes, those are factors. Divide it by 3. Does it give you a whole number? No, it gives you a decimal, so it's not a factor. All right, so now what we're going to do is add them together to see if we can get -15. So 1 plus -100 is -99. That won't work. We'd get -48. That doesn't work. We'd get -21. That doesn't work. Oh, there we go. -15, and then that one would give me 0. So there's the answer that I want. So I'm going to take these new numbers. I'm actually going to draw them in a different color, so that way you can see that they're new numbers. I'm going to put 5 over here, -20 over here. All right, so I only have one fraction to reduce this time because 4/5 is already reduced. So 4 divided by -20, I'm going to divide by 4 on the top and bottom. I get 1 over -5. So let's go ahead now and write out our factored form. So top number, 4, goes with the variable, +5. Top number, 1, goes with the variable, -5. And as always, if you wanted to check your answer, you can just FOIL this or use the box method to multiply it back out and make sure that you get your original number. That's it. That is it.